Imagine a world where the greatest biological weapon ever deployed in history simply failed. What if the Americas were immune? In our timeline, the arrival of Europeans unleashed a silent catastrophe: smallpox, measles, influenza. Diseases that had ravaged the Old World for centuries met populations with no inherited resistance. Within decades, up to 90% of the indigenous population perished, their empires collapsing, their cultures fractured. This demographic vacuum allowed a handful of conquistadors to conquer vast lands and reshape a continent. But what if, against all odds, the people of the Americas possessed an innate immunity? What if every European pathogen hit a wall of resilient biology? Columbus lands, but the outcome is drastically different. Instead of encountering weakened, dying communities, he faces thriving empires like the Aztec, Inca, and Maya, their populations robust and their armies undiminished. Powerful Mississippian chiefdoms still dominate North America, and vast Amazonian societies remain vibrant and complex. The conquest of the Americas, as we know it, would never occur. European technological superiority, while significant, would be insufficient against unified, healthy, and numerous indigenous forces. Instead of rapid subjugation, we'd see a prolonged era of cautious contact, trade, and perhaps limited warfare confined to borders. Trade would flourish, but on more equal terms. European goods like steel, horses, and firearms would be highly sought after, but so too would be American maize, potatoes, chocolate, and medicinal knowledge. Indigenous leaders would negotiate from positions of strength, controlling access to their resources and lands. The transatlantic slave trade, fueled by the demand for labor in a depopulated New World, would likely never reach its horrific scale. With a massive, healthy, and organized indigenous workforce, the economic incentive for forcibly importing millions of Africans would be dramatically reduced or non-existent. The trajectory of Africa, Europe, and the very concept of race would be fundamentally altered. Without easy access to vast American wealth and resources, Europe's own trajectory would shift. The Spanish and Portuguese empires wouldn't explode in power, and the Industrial Revolution might unfold differently without the same resource influx. Perhaps global power centers would emerge elsewhere, or the Americas themselves, through trade and cultural exchange, would develop distinct and formidable nation-states over centuries. The Americas would not be new. They would be a collection of ancient, evolving civilizations, adapting and integrating foreign ideas at their own pace. Imagine the Aztec Triple Alliance still ruling Tenochtitlan, an empire perhaps integrating steel weaponry and written alphabets into its sophisticated structure. The Inca might still control the Andes, navigating diplomatic relations with European powers, their monumental cities standing as testaments to enduring strength. North America could be a patchwork of powerful confederacies and nations, their diverse cultures flourishing unhindered by demographic collapse. It's a world where the maps are redrawn, histories are unwritten, and the very fabric of global power and culture is woven from entirely different threads, a world utterly unrecognizable. Subscribe now for more untold histories.